Next question says, I'm having a really awful week after several great weeks. I figured a week like this would come up eventually. During the day, I feel fine. As soon as I start to get heavy on squats or deadlifts, I start to feel exhausted and weak, even missing reps or getting the prescribed RPE with much lower weight. I think I've been pushing my RPE slightly closer to half a point over for a few weeks. I've also seen a technique breakdown that I haven't had a problem with in months. It's even felt like I was on the verge of hurting myself a few times. How do I proceed? Do I back the weight off until it's in the proper range for RPE? My track recommendations have been to continue, and since then, but that's because I generally input it during the warm-ups and I feel good during that time. Ideally, what we would do during this time is to take a deload week. If you haven't had one already, you should have one soon. So in the meantime, we want to stick to the RPE recommendations. So what I would prefer that you do, things are going along well, and then for whatever reason, there's a downturn. What we want to do is to see if the timing on this is consistent. So the first thing that you need to do is to manage this singular event. What I would tell you to do in this case is to stick to the RPEs that you're capable of. So let's say that your strength has dropped off by 10%, which would be a pretty massive drop. You want to basically accept it. There's not much that you can do about it by just railing against it, and lower the training weights. Take what's there. Now in the next session, don't expect it to go all the way back up to PR levels. Take this, 10% below performance and try to improve on that a little bit, and try to improve on that a little bit, and try to improve on that a little bit. That's what we mean when we say build momentum. Okay. That will get you back to where you were before. The deload week is going to help that. It's going to help you dissipate any additional fatigue, and we'll have a change in the training stimulus at that time. Ideally, we're going to figure out what the timing on this is. Just recently, just this morning actually, posted an article about this on DeNovo's blog about these sudden performance drops and what to do about them. So we need to figure out what the timing is for you. And let's say that it's 3 weeks or 5 weeks, or it doesn't really matter. We need to make sure that you are in a training group that supports this rhythm that your body naturally wants to be in. So if it's a 3-week rhythm, then we'll move you to a training group that has a 3-week rhythm. If it's a 5-week rhythm or a 6-week rhythm or a 10-week rhythm, it doesn't matter. We'll find a training group that accommodates that.